Born into adoption and disabled, a familiar face is found to be her sister 16 years later. When this girl found out who her real sister was, she was furious at her adopted family. They had been keeping this information secret for so many years. Who knew how her life would go if she knew the truth earlier? Adoption is definitely a complicated process that has a lot of pitfalls. Sometimes the biological parents are afraid to give their kids to unknown people. What if I'm making a huge mistake? What if the adopted parents wouldn't love and care for my child properly? However, adoption had a positive side as well. Usually, the new parents provide the best possible life for their adopted child, as they have wanted to have a baby for so long. Of course, it may take a while for kids to get used to a new family if they are older, but generally, everybody is happy about the path their life had prepared for them. When it comes to difficulties, children usually start feeling curious about their real family as they get older. Even though they are loved and cared for, they feel they need to know their roots. Sometimes it all finishes really lovely. They can reach out to their biological family and end up creating a nice relationship with them. Sometimes the kids find out why their parents left them, and it eases their minds. But in some cases, such knowledge can be heartbreaking and too painful. Thus, things are better left unknown. But if we knew all the consequences our actions can lead to, we would make far fewer mistakes in our lives. What if a family member had died or had done something truly terrible? What if they abandoned their kid on purpose? Such news can be a real challenge for any adopted kid. In 1987, Jennifer Bricker was born in Los Angeles with no legs and was adopted as a toddler. Can you imagine what her biological parents felt when they found out their child has no legs? They knew that bringing up such a kid would be too costly and too complicated for them, so they decided to place her for adoption. Honestly, the chances were slim to none. Who would like to adopt a kid with no legs? But luckily, the girl found her home at 3. Sharon and Gerald Bricker adopted her into their family with their 3 sons. Jennifer's childhood was amazing. Her adopted parents did their best to make the girl happy and as confident as possible, especially with her condition. They did everything the girl asked them for, but the couple never could have imagined what was in store for them. From her childhood, Jennifer was into gymnastics. She was completely in love with Olympic gymnastics and even found her top role models through this sport. Her parents were devastated because the girl didn't have legs, which meant her biggest dream didn't have a lot of chances to come true. However, the unthinkable happened, and everybody couldn't believe their eyes. Jennifer's condition didn't stop the girl from pursuing her dreams. At 5, the girl started practicing her flips and jumps on the family trampoline. After millions of unsuccessful attempts, and thanks to her father's great support, Jennifer managed to get a good hang of it. Later, the girl joined a gymnastics team and quickly mastered her acrobatic skills. In a while, she was part of a competitive team. Would you believe it if we say that Jennifer was actually one of the top gymnasts in her area and won a lot of awards? Yes, that's true. The girl with no legs achieved unbelievable results, but little did she know that her life prepared for her more excitement. The girl wasn't only into gymnastics, she started playing other sports as well. Jennifer played softball and basketball with the other kids, and she was great at them. It was clear from a very young age that Jennifer was an extremely determined and powerful girl. At the age of 11, Jennifer became the power tumbling champion of Illinois. All her accomplishments were achieved thanks to the biggest love and support of her adopted parents. However, despite all of this, Jennifer was still extremely curious about her biological parents. As a child, the girl wasn't interested in this information, as she was content with her adopted family. But at 16, the questions started popping up. Little did she know that the answers of her parents would turn her life upside down. The girl was baffled by the answer of her adopted parents about her biological family. It was the most important piece of information she would ever receive. In fact, Jennifer was shocked and angry at the same time. How could her parents keep it secret for so long? Jennifer recalled,
I was almost 16 years old. I asked my mom, I said, is there anything that you know about my biological family that I don't know about?
So she goes and gets this big folder just full of papers, and she says,
and she's like, you're never gonna believe this, but your biological last name is Mochianu. So automatically, I knew exactly what that meant. I knew that Dominique Mochianu is my biological sister.
The girl continued, I always had such a connection to her. Immediately, I saw myself in her. She was small and I was small. I knew she was Romanian. I was Romanian. She had that spunky little personality just like me. As a child, I just related to her. I just saw that we were one and the same. Dominique Mochianu, an Olympic gold medal gymnast, has been Jennifer's role model since her childhood. Then the girl found out that she was her blood sister. The girl couldn't believe it was happening to her. It was like a dream, and Jennifer was determined to reach Dominique out. Jennifer had been gathering all the necessary documents for the whole 4 years to have enough proof to meet her long-lost sister. When she finally did it, she plucked up the courage and wrote to Dominique. In her letter, the girl explained the entire situation and said she was willing to get a DNA test to be sure. Jennifer also wrote she had seen her sister, Christina, and could not believe the similarity they both shared. Everybody agreed that Jennifer was a spitting image of Christina. The girl mentioned how sorry she felt about wasting too much time not knowing her sisters. Dominique Mochianu called Jennifer and shared her excitement with her sister. She was euphoric and couldn't wait to see the girl. Now the three sisters are making up for the lost time, and Dominique is extremely dazzled with all that Jennifer has made to reach her real family. Even though Mochianu was in the seventh heaven, she was still angry at her parents as they had hidden the secret her entire life. Actually, this girl had a very difficult childhood and sued her parents for legal independence when being 17. Jennifer Bricker is now a professional acrobat who is living her dream. The girl trained a lot and has been involved with many successful acrobat jobs. She even went on tour with Britney Spears. Her story is a kind reminder to everyone who doesn't believe in themselves. You can do anything if you truly desire it. Just do steps every day and always believe in yourself.